The wildfire came without warning, a ravenous beast whipped into a frenzy by dry winds. It was as if nature itself had turned against the land, unleashing a fury that no one could have anticipated. The flames, once a distant threat, quickly became an all-consuming force, devouring everything in their path with a relentless hunger. It began as a flicker on the horizon, a whisper of danger lost in the everyday bustle of life in Jasper, nestled amidst the breathtaking beauty of the Canadian Rockies. The townspeople went about their daily routines, unaware that their lives were about to be irrevocably changed. The serene landscape, with its majestic mountains and tranquil forests, seemed an unlikely setting for the chaos that was about to unfold. Then, fueled by drought-stricken forests and driven by the relentless wind, the inferno roared to life, consuming everything in its path with terrifying speed. The dry conditions had turned the forest into a tinderbox, ready to ignite at the slightest spark. The wind, once a gentle breeze, now fanned the flames into a raging storm, spreading the fire faster than anyone could have imagined. The sky turned an apocalyptic orange as smoke blotted out the sun, casting an eerie, unsettling darkness over the once picturesque town. The vibrant colors of the landscape were replaced by a monochrome of ash and ember. The sun, usually a symbol of warmth and life, was now obscured by a thick veil of smoke, leaving the town in a perpetual twilight. Panic set in as the wildfire, a raging inferno visible for miles, closed in on Jasper, threatening to devour everything in its wake. The residents, who had once felt safe in their mountain haven, now faced the terrifying reality of nature's wrath. The fire's advance was relentless, and the sense of impending doom was palpable. The air grew heavy with the acrid smell of burning pine, a suffocating scent that spoke of destruction and fear. The once fresh mountain air was now thick with smoke, making it difficult to breathe. The sound of crackling flames filled the air, a constant reminder of the devastation that was unfolding. Tourists and residents alike watched in horror as the flames danced closer, their cheerful crackle replaced by a deafening roar. The fire's approach was mesmerizing and terrifying in equal measure. People stood in stunned silence, unable to comprehend the scale of the disaster that was unfolding before their eyes. The wildfire, an unstoppable force of nature, was upon them. It moved with a terrifying speed and power, leaving nothing but destruction in its wake. The once beautiful landscape was now a scene of chaos and ruin, a stark reminder of nature's unpredictable power. Its hunger was insatiable, its power absolute. The fire consumed everything in its path, leaving behind a charred wasteland. The once thriving forest was now a smoldering ruin, a testament to the fire's destructive force. The people of Jasper could only watch in helpless horror as their world was consumed by flames. Jasper, once an oasis of peace and natural splendor, was now facing its greatest challenge. The town that had once been a symbol of tranquility and beauty was now a battleground, with the residents fighting to save their homes and their lives. The fire had transformed their world, leaving them to pick up the pieces and rebuild in the aftermath of the disaster. As the wildfire advanced with terrifying speed, the once serene landscape was transformed into a scene of chaos and destruction. The flames, relentless and fierce, devoured everything in their path, leaving behind a trail of charred remains and thick, suffocating smoke. A sense of urgency gripped the town of Jasper. The residents, who had always found solace in the tranquility of their mountain home, now faced an unprecedented threat. The air was thick with tension and the acrid smell of burning wood. The authorities, realizing the imminent danger, issued an immediate evacuation order. Officials with megaphones moved through the streets, their voices echoing through the town, urging everyone to leave their homes and seek safety. The tranquility of the mountain town was shattered as sirens wailed, their piercing cries cutting through the thick smoke that now hung heavy in the air. The once peaceful streets were now filled with the sounds of alarm and urgency. A mass exodus began. Cars packed with hastily gathered belongings moved through the smoke-filled streets, their headlights piercing the darkness. The scene was chaotic, yet there was a sense of determination in the air. Tourists and residents alike packed their belongings, their faces etched with anxiety and fear. Families hurriedly gathered their most precious items, unsure of what they might return to. The fear and worry were palpable. Faces, usually filled with smiles and laughter, were now marked by distress and uncertainty. The urgency of the situation was clear to everyone. The roads out of town, usually quiet and serene, became a river of headlights as people fled the inferno. The traffic was slow-moving, but the determination to escape was unwavering. Amidst the chaos and confusion, a sense of order prevailed. First responders, their faces grim but resolute, directed traffic, ensuring that the evacuation proceeded as smoothly as possible. Their voices, calm amidst the storm, provided a sense of reassurance. They worked tirelessly, their serious expressions reflecting the gravity of the situation. Neighbors helped neighbors, their shared fear overshadowed by a sense of community and a determination to survive. People assisted each other, offering helping hands and words of comfort. The sense of community was strong. Families stayed together, their shared fear bringing them closer. Determined expressions marked their faces as they faced the crisis head-on. Miraculously, despite the rapidly advancing flames and the chaos of the evacuation, not a single life was lost. The people of Jasper, united in their efforts, had managed to escape the inferno's deadly embrace. The relief was palpable. The people of Jasper, standing together, expressed their gratitude for their safety. They had faced the disaster with courage and unity, and now they could begin to rebuild and recover.
"We are heartbroken," he wrote, his words echoing the sentiments of a town reeling from the devastation. "The heart of our town, the very essence of what makes Jasper so special, has been scarred."
In the wake of the wildfire, Mayor Richard Ireland penned a heartfelt letter to his devastated community, a poignant message that captured the profound sense of loss and uncertainty that hung heavy in the air. The wildfire had spared lives, but it had taken so much more. Homes, businesses, and cherished memories were reduced to ashes, leaving behind a void that would take years to fill. His words, imbued with a deep sense of sorrow, resonated deeply with the people of Jasper. They were a stark reminder of the long and arduous road to recovery that lay ahead. Yet, even in the face of such profound loss, Mayor Ireland's letter offered a glimmer of hope, a testament to the indomitable spirit that would see Jasper through its darkest hour. Danielle Smith, a reporter for the local newspaper, surveyed the wreckage, her notepad filled with grim statistics and heartbreaking accounts of loss. Her report, a stark and unflinching portrayal of the wildfire's aftermath, painted a picture of utter devastation.
"The firestorm has left an indelible mark on our town," she wrote, her words echoing the emptiness that now permeated the air.
The numbers were staggering. Hundreds of homes, businesses, and historic landmarks were reduced to smoldering ruins, their former glory now mere whispers in the wind. The wildfire, Smith reported, had consumed thousands of acres of pristine wilderness, leaving behind a desolate landscape of charred trees and ash-covered ground.
The economic impact, she noted, would be significant, with tourism, the lifeblood of Jasper, dealt a devastating blow.
Her report, though heartbreaking, served as a sobering reminder of the challenges ahead, a call to action for a community facing the daunting task of rebuilding from the ashes. Her home, a cozy cabin nestled amongst towering pines, had been a sanctuary, a place filled with memories of family, laughter, and love. The walls of the cabin echoed with the sounds of her children playing, the aroma of home-cooked meals, and the warmth of countless family gatherings. It was a place where every corner held a cherished memory, a testament to a life well-lived and deeply rooted in love and togetherness. Annalise Lager, a woman in her late 70s, had lived in Jasper her entire life. She had seen the town grow and change, witnessed the seasons come and go, and built a life intertwined with the fabric of the community. Jasper was not just a place on the map for her. It was a living, breathing entity that held her history, her friendships, and her identity. Amidst the statistics and the grand narratives of destruction, it was the personal stories, the individual experiences of loss and resilience that truly captured the human toll of the Jasper wildfire. Each story was a thread in the larger tapestry of the disaster, highlighting the profound impact on the lives of those who called Jasper home. These stories were not just about loss, but also about the incredible strength and resilience that emerged in the face of such overwhelming adversity.
The fire had taken everything else: her home, her belongings, her sense of security. The flames had consumed not just the physical structure of her house, but also the intangible sense of safety and stability that it provided. In a matter of hours, everything she had worked for, everything she had held dear, was reduced to ashes. "It was all I had left of my parents," she said, her voice trembling with emotion, clutching a scorched photo album to her chest. The album, now charred and blackened, held the last tangible connections to her past, to the people who had shaped her life and made her who she was. Each photograph was a portal to a memory, a moment frozen in time, now tainted by the soot and smoke of the fire. Now, as she stood before the charred rubble, the scent of smoke still heavy in the air, she could barely comprehend the magnitude of her loss. The devastation was overwhelming, a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the impermanence of material possessions. The landscape of her life had been irrevocably altered, leaving her to navigate a new reality filled with uncertainty and grief.
Yet, amidst the ruins of her life, Annalise Lager found strength in the outpouring of support from her community. The people of Jasper rallied around her, offering not just physical aid but also emotional support. They became a lifeline, a source of hope and encouragement, helping her to rebuild not just her home, but also her spirit.
"People have been so kind," she said, a glimmer of hope flickering in her eyes. "They've offered me food, shelter, and a shoulder to cry on." The kindness of her neighbours, friends, and even strangers was a beacon of light in the darkness, a reminder that even in the worst of times, humanity's capacity for compassion and generosity could shine through.
Annalise's story, like so many others, was a testament to the enduring spirit of the human heart, the ability to find hope and resilience even in the darkest of times. Her journey through loss and recovery was a powerful reminder that while material possessions can be destroyed, the human spirit is unbreakable. It is in the face of adversity that true strength is revealed, and Annalise's story is a shining example of this enduring truth.